When a platypus dives to hunt, it seals its nostrils, ears, and eyes completely shut. In the murky, sediment-heavy rivers where it lives, traditional senses like vision and hearing fail to provide any useful information about the environment. Despite being effectively blind and deaf to the water around it, the platypus can dart directly towards a shrimp buried deep in the mud. It navigates by tracking the faint electrical pulses that every living animal emits. Every biological cell functions as a weak battery. Because living tissue contains a different concentration of salts than the surrounding water, a voltage arises at the interface where the two meet. Salt water is an efficient conductor, meaning these cellular batteries constantly leak electrical current into the water. These signals grow stronger with movement. Every time a shrimp flicks its tail or a fish pumps its gills, it generates a distinct electrical signature. Dark oceans and muddy rivers are saturated with the overlapping electrical pulses of every organism living within them. Predatory fish, like sharks and rays, have evolved specialized hardware to passively detect these ambient signals. On a shark's snout, this hardware is visible as a network of dark pores called the ampullae of Lorenzini. Each pore leads to a long canal filled with a conductive keratin sulfate hydrogel, which transmits the external electrical potential to sensory cells at the base of the organ. These canals are incredibly sensitive, allowing a shark to detect voltage gradients as low as 5 nanovolts per centimeter. That is the equivalent of detecting the electrical field of a single AA battery with one pole in New York and the other in Florida. By integrating signals from hundreds of these canals, each oriented in a different direction, the shark's brain can calculate the exact source of a signal, making it impossible for prey with a beating heart to hide. This passive detection system also appeared in mammals, utilizing 40,000 modified mucus glands on the bill of the platypus. The platypus uses these receptors for a specific hunting tactic. Moving prey sends an instantaneous electrical pulse and a slower mechanical pressure wave through the water. By measuring the time difference between the spark and the physical ripple, the platypus calculates distance. This combination of sensors allows the platypus bill to function as a biological targeting system. While some animals only listen, the broadcasters actively project their own electricity. The elephant nosefish uses modified muscle tissue in its tail to generate a continuous weak electric field around its body. This field acts as an active radar. Non-conducting objects like rocks and conducting objects like plants distort the field lines in specific, different ways. Receptors in the fish's skin read these distortions, allowing it to map obstacles and navigate through total darkness. In the electric eel, this physiological trait is scaled up until the electric organs occupy the vast majority of the animal's body. By stacking millions of modified cells in series, the eel can generate up to 860 volts, roughly half the voltage of a police taser. This high-voltage discharge forces the muscles of hidden prey to spasm involuntarily, revealing their location and stunning them for capture. This ability to sense electricity is an ancient trait found in the earliest vertebrates, though it was lost by most land animals as they moved into the air, which is a poor conductor. However, it reappeared in marine mammals like the Guiana dolphin, which uses pits where it once had whiskers to detect electrical fields of prey. Modern research shows the sense isn't restricted to water. Insects like bees can use sensory hairs to detect the electrical fields of flowers. A quiet pond or a dark ocean may appear empty, but they are actually filled with active radar pulses and high-voltage signals that operate just beyond the limits of our perception.